The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Y'all ever walk down an alley and someone jumps out behind a cardboard box and says, "Yo, you like the box?" Well, maybe that's happened to me. Has it happened to you? This is something we actually did a video. Man, it's been like two months ago. Ticker on this one, SVOK for me. Seven Oaks Acquisition Corp. This one's cool. This is like the digital version of Costco, but there's something hidden here which I think is absolutely massive. Basically, they got a software as a service play too. And it's not quite what you're thinking. Let's jump right in. Of course, the directors, everyone running it, dude, it's legit. You know, Tops, Pepsi, P&G, General Atlantic, McKinsey and Company. You heard of that? Lots of good news on this. I don't think this one's overvalued at all either. Process of a business combination with high repeat essentials that serve business to customer and business to business customer. All right. Valuation implies estimated pro forma enterprise value of $640 million. Existing box holders are going to get 62%. No secondary selling. 30% of SVOK founder shares deferred for $1 million in founder shares. It's fine. Allocation transaction is expected to close Q4 this year. You know, we got a little time. They're actually being realistic and not saying Q3, like I think a lot of them are saying. But here's the deal. This was my fight with the remember the boxed SPACs that we had where it was all pet stuff where you get toys and whatnot and a couple treats. I like that one. You know, I'm all for people helping their dog, but my fight was they don't even have dog food. That was one thing, and I tried to reach out to them, and no one would even tell me if they even sell dog food. They're like, sign up, then we'll maybe answer your email. I don't know, it's weird, but here's the deal. We get that boxed one, right? The dog one, right, where they deliver the food. We get that. Bark boxed, okay? We get that, but we get everything else. So we're also getting all the Costco stuff. Honey Nut Cheerios, Pepsi, Instant Oatmeal, Windex, Toilet Piper, Cheez-Its, Bubbly, whatever you want. This is like the high-end brands on here too. E-commerce platform selling bulk, high repeat essentials to consumers and customers and businesses. Yeah, you're also getting the brands though. I love the brands, but they're also doing this. All right, they're even hitting the whole social media kind of aspect too, and they're talking about like hashtag rethink pink. All right, pro women stuff. I don't know, but that stuff works. Right here, they're showing, you know, last year they did 187 million in net revenue. That's big. They're saying by 2026 they're going to do over $1 billion. Fine, $100 billion, rapidly growing online grocery market. I think it's only going to get bigger. Proven commitment to ESG. Got those 45 degree angles up of stuff going. Total, you know, e-commerce market. We get it. But look at this. They already have 452,000 active customers just last year alone. $96 average buy, which is actually pretty big. The business to business consumer stuff where they got businesses buying is actually almost double that. It's like actually like 195, I think, average, which is big. They've also got their own private brand. Everyone does this, but this is really smart. You know, Costco does the what is it? Not Kroger, but Kirkland brand, I think is it. Well, theirs called Prince and Spring. I think that's kind of cool. It's a little weird, but it's geared towards, I think, the stay-at-home moms, which is, I think this is what this is all about. Prince and Spring, private labels. 7% of their penetration of money spent is on that. You see, this all that brand. You get the Prince and Spring laundry detergent, bath tissue, ultra plates, applesauce, honey, fruit emojis, pistachios, whatever you want, right? Customer satisfaction is ranked high. I thought this was really funny how they're branding this. You look at our customers. They're segmenting them to the backroaders, the small towners, the Pleasantvillers, which is really funny, and the urbanites. So the urbanites are the people that are close to Costco, suburbans, married parents, rural, suburban, married, own homes, small towners, and the backroaders rural rent single from far away from Costco. So they're basically saying you've got 42% of their customer base is the back roaders. So these are the people that, you know, they don't want to live right next door to a Costco. I understand that completely. Okay. They just don't want to live next to a Costco. The 42%. 32% are small towners who are still maybe married, you know, maybe in a rural suburban community. They own a home, but 32%, they're not close to a Costco. They stock up for the family. I know these families, man. That's what they do. They got bigger houses. They have big old cabinetries. I used to love going to my friends' houses that lived out in the boondocks, because you'd go out there, plenty of room, plenty of space, but guess what? When you got hungry, they had full pantries full of stuff. They had like 30 cans of soup, 30 bags of Cheetos, you know, never ending. This is what they're talking about, the backroaders, small towners. So you got the Pleasantville wives. This is the suburban. This is, you know, these are not where I prefer to live personally, but, you know, you get a lot of money spent here, but we still got 17% of the Pleasantonvillers and 9% of the urbanites. I like it. But look at this untapped potential here, right? There are even people I know that go to, you know, Costco and stuff that are living way out there, the big backroaders. They'll come in and make a trip to Costco, you know, once every 6 months. Imagine if they could just order online. Here's the money going up. Last year, 158. They're planning in 5 years to 977 $billion company. They're showing the business-to-business stuff. 24,000 active businesses that are buying from them already. Maybe buying toilet paper or whatever, or for restaurants. I don't know. Some of the customer segments they're selling to Fortune 500 companies such as United Airlines. I thought that was pretty big. Office Love, never heard of it. Right at School, never heard of that either. But here's where we're getting the interesting part, for me at least. The in-house tech platform. So they have a storefront, but then they got the ops, business ops, unified data platform, tools, supply chain. Their whole ops setup in here is crazy. It's all robotized and neat. Seller tech, marketplace, ad tech, customer integration. So they've got advertising set up with their mobile apps, but then they have these like robots, dude, like these cart robots that just pick everything, in-house robots, customizable software for human integrated, I don't know. This is where all the money is made here. See, if they didn't have any of this, none of the other stuff would even come close to happening. That's another thing that's interesting to me is they're actually only in 3 states in the United States right now. It looks like Nevada, maybe New York, and Texas. That means they are in a ton of untapped areas, right? They haven't even gone to California, Washington, Oregon, but they're planning on it. Florida, looks like Kansas, you know, Michigan, I don't know. Further expansion, only in 3 states. 90% of delivery available within 2 days or less. 11 times average inventory turnover, so stuff turns over. You know, stuff just doesn't sit there. So here's more of this SaaS thing, right? So monetizing the technology, they have the ad tech, the marketplace. I think this is like bringing on some third-party stuff, like, you know, say you've got a wine that y'all make, or some, you know, crackers or whatever you got, protein bars. You can sell them on Boxed, and it looks like to me that's what they're showing here is you can do like drop shipping. So this is interesting. I know to get into Costco, if you're a little player, it takes a lot of time and a little bit of luck and probably a whole lot of patience to get in. But I think what they're showing here is even the smaller mom and pops are gonna have an easier way in to Boxed, where basically you could send them 2 crates, 2 pallets of your wine or protein bars, and they'll just put them on there, right? They'll just put them in whatever localized market you want it to be in. You know, say I've got a certain Cowboy protein bar that I want to sell in Texas. You could probably just send it to the Texas location, and they'll probably drop ship it all for you. I think this is kind of opening up some bigger doors there too. But here's the other big deal. Aeon Mall, you're all ever heard of them? I haven't either, okay? But this is a software as a service where basically they are renting out, leasing out their software and some of their automation stuff to them, to the tune of millions of dollars. What's Aon? I had to look it up. Here you go. Look at this thing. This is basically a massive retail conglomerate. They do both clothing departments and food places, food grocery stores in Asia somewhere. Look at this. They've got 500,000 employees. Yeah. Looks like 1.8 billion in equity. Net income, 52 billion. I mean, the revenue, it's just flying, right? Massive. Japan, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, that big old company in Japan couldn't figure it out to the tune of these people are now making money off them. So they obviously, Box has obviously got something really cool going on in the background with their software and all that. Because to me, I look at Aon and it's like, how in the world could they not make what Box had? They obviously wanted enough to where they're paying them millions of dollars, right? 12 million looks like contracted currently, but they're showing up to 106 million just in the next 4 or 5 years. Here's kind of their setup. There's actually videos online of this thing, and dude, it's dope. Even throws stuff up here, goes on the whirly boo and goes back down. I don't know. Here's the Aon place again. High margin recurring software revenue, rapid 6-month launch, opportunity for worldwide expansion. So they're only in maybe a couple of places for the Aon market. You can tell it's in Asia. Look at all these motorcycles, all this motorcycle parking here. That's just crazy, man. There's not one car. Pretty neat. Less ways, trying to hit the ESG thing. I don't know. The deal looks good to me. For 187 million, standard evaluation for business is 3 to 4x what current is. Simple math, it's 5x ish. What we're valuing this at basically $1 billion for 2026. I don't see a problem with it. So I think this is one of those ones that hits the growth and the value at the same time. I like it. I'm going to take a look at the transaction overview here. This is showing the SPAC public investors, you and I, are getting 29%, which is a ton of this business too. It's not like we're getting 5%. I don't know. I like it. Box coming over here, comparing themselves to stuff as like BarkBox, like I was talking about at the beginning. Basically, they're undervalued compared to BarkBox. Revolve, Fairtech, Postmark, Wayfair, Chewy. How about eBay, Etsy? You know, I think Etsy is way overpriced. I don't get that. But comparing themselves to Shopify, BigCommerce, and Wix, I think is a pretty big deal. Saying totally undervalued even compared to them. There's just one more thing I want to bring up, that basically they're not even focused on the pet, baby, beauty, home goods, fresh, or vitamins yet, but this is what they're basically looking to conquer next. So right now we've got the grocery, snacks, household, beverage, personal care, but they're saying that this whole section up here with the pet thing, like we were talking about, even just focusing on that alone is huge. But they're going to get their own vitamins, their own beauty, and they're basically saying they're going to 2x just on that alone for the wallet share potential. You like this one? You're just going to wait and invest more in Costco? I don't know. I feel like Costco's slowly dying down. I know for whatever reason I stopped my Costco membership maybe 2 years ago. It just became inconvenient for me, at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but I even started ordering a lot of my stuff from Amazon. I haven't ordered from this company. Have you?
Oh, check out this new coin I made. If you want to buy one just like this, just head to the website and click Buy Silver. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwits.